Hannah Jack hasn't been outside in nearly 8 weeks. That's because she's one of thousands instructed to shield themselves from the world. Hannah's immune system has been suppressed since she received a liver transplant when she was 12. Normally very active, she's desperate to get outside.
It's boring being stuck inside because I feel like I'm repeating stuff every single day. So just getting outside would help to change stuff up.
You're not just being told that you can't see your friends, you're also being told that you can't see the outside world. Our friends are managing to go out and keep active, get a break from the house, be out in the fresh air and do their running or whatever exercise that they had to do. For Hannah, it felt a bit like, a jail sentence at the beginning.
Well aware of the risks, Hannah is now asking the Scottish Government to get some outdoor spaces reserved for people who are shielding. It could mean parks or golf courses opening up to those who feel trapped, perhaps only just for a few hours, without them running the risk of bumping into others.
We don't live in a vacuum. We don't live in a vacuum in our house. We're getting deliveries in, there's always going to be an element of risk. And I think that as long as there's not people that are mixing with the vast populace, it eliminates that risk. I think the golf courses especially because they're large enough. It's a large enough space outdoors, other than parks where you can't really sort of shut that off the same way.
The appeal has been backed by the South of Scotland MSP Joan MacAlpine. She's written to the Scottish Health Secretary, Freeman, asking for this to be considered.
I think the first thing that has to happen is that we need to get the medical advice out there from central government and from their advisors that it could be done safely, because nobody's going to offer their park or their green space if the medical advice is to people to stay indoors. I think once you get that go-ahead, providing it's safe, then you could have these places step up to the plate.
This afternoon, we asked the First Minister Nicola Sturgeon if she'd look at the idea.
Yes, we will consider, in short, those kinds of ideas. We haven't reached any conclusion yet. I have a session this afternoon with experts looking at this very issue about how, as we move into a next phase, we continue to protect people in the shielded category.
Hannah, what would it mean to you to be able to go outside again?
It would mean the world, because I miss seeing all the views and just getting proper fresh air instead of being stuck in my back garden. It would mean a lot.
This long term just isn't practical for people in shielding. It feels almost as if it's kind of like, yes, we're protecting you, but you've been sent to your room. Now stay there. We've got all this other stuff to do.
As the UK comes to terms with a virus that's likely to linger, Hannah and so many people like her are left watching the world from their windows. Lewis Warner, ITV News.